join again. Hello, welcome to the noble social experiment we call Hollywood Uncensored. I'm Sam Rubin. Our panel has been given no script, no pre-interviews, no ground rules, just four famous and friendly adults ready to talk candidly about anything and everything. Bill Envol, the hilarious comic and now host of the new version of Lingo. It airs weeknights on GSN. Maria Canals-Barrera. Got it. Co-starring. Hello with Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts and Larry Crowne and Selena Gomez's hot mom on Wizards of Waverly Place on Disney Channel. Thank goodness she's back. Mary Murphy lends her spirit, her voice to So You Think You Can Dance on Fox. And Kim Coles, starring in a feature called X-Free out this summer. Okay. Ooh. Mary returned to acclaim on So You Think You Could Dance. So happy to have her back. The reception, not quite as warm for Paris Hilton. Her new The World According to Paris reality show, ratings very soft, despite Paris and her mom, Kathy, going everywhere to plug the show. I just spoke to her recently myself. The initial ratings on this new show haven't been good. Does that hurt your feelings, the idea that arguably your popularity's diminished?
I'm so proud of this show, and I've worked so hard on it, and the problem was that it played at different times, in different time zones on DirecTV and satellite.
Your local listings.
So you have to check your local listings. But I'm so proud of this show, and I love my fans, and I know that they're going to love it when they tune in.
That's her mom reminding you to check your local listings. Mary, I love how she dodged the question. Does Paris need to evolve?
My question is, how did Paris Hilton get famous in the first place? What has she done?
She was a celebutante. She looks good on the red carpet. She's got the famous
Still,
last
but
name.
well, she's a famous. Well, she's an heiress who's glamorous.
Yes.
And she would go to a lot of events and.
Well, I think we're all avoiding.
Very good at parties.
And the
avoiding the question.
She made a sex tape.
Yeah,
she made a sex tape. That helped.
Well, that took her into another stratosphere.
Right. Now, is anybody's coming out that we should know about? Bill, your tape?
Yeah, no, I'm positive now. No.
Well, that's become a new business model now for becoming famous.
Sure.
The new.
God, I hope not.
Where's my phone?
Right. Okay, I like that. You're not entirely certain. That's wonderful. That's great. Mary, we learned a lot about you.
Never happened.
Okay, but you were saying.
Well, I think that
it's head on there.
Yeah. I think it's now become the new business model for becoming a star. You sort of get yourself out there, then you get the sex tape, then you get your own reality series. It used to be that you worked hard, you had some talent, you were kind of cute, whatever. Now it's like it's a new way to get in.
So are you willing to go there?
No, I'm not, because I'm already there. Nobody wants to.
Because she's talented. There's somebody that's talented.
But I hope that's not the case, because I mean, I think television's already in such a world of hurt. You know, and by the way, Paris, every show comes on at a different time in different time zones. A little FYI, it's called time zone changes.
I think we're over her now, and I think what she should have done after she got out of jail, what she promised she would do, is that she was going to, start doing things for the world. I hate that she's not using her money and her fame and her beauty to like go feed some people or go educate some children. Like this would be the time for her to switch us and like we'd all,
it's her
business. I never really understood the whole Paris Hilton phenomenon. But there are different things I don't understand, like that are big hits, like wrestling and some things that guys like. So
well, Bill's favorite show, Swamp People.
Swamp People.
Swamp People. And they exist.
I do think that there is. I think there's a faction in this country that is hugely voyeuristic, and I think that is. Probably
but everybody is.
Yes, but there are people. I mean, I think that's how your People magazine, your Us magazine. It's people who don't live here or in New York. This is their window into, for lack of a better, our world. Even though it's, and I think sometimes it hurts because people start believing their own press in the sense of, and I think that was Paris because listen, I'm sure she's a nice girl. Sure she's. Her mom was real proud of her. But I mean, you go down the list of, I won't name the name, but there was where my daughter lived in this condos. This starlet's mother was there, and you could not have a sentence without her saying, "Did you see my daughter in Playboy?" Wow. She's on,
Well, see, that is always surprising to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like when literally Paris, in fact, was talking about this sex tape, and the mom was like, there, dear. As opposed to like, my mom, how did you get yourself in that spot to begin with?
Yes, exactly.
I don't think you'd see me for a few years.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. This whole idea, there's no shame anymore.
Or another famous mama, we don't have to say the name, who allegedly, brokered the deal for her daughter's sex tape.
Yes.
Initials.
See, that makes me. That
Yes.
makes me
Allegedly.
feel such sadness.
Who
as
was
a-
that? No.
It rhymes with Arashian.
But you're saying
As a mother of 2 young girls.
Yeah, what would you do if you're...
Oh, I don't even want to think about something
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
It's just, and what you're saying is that somehow, you know, that's become something to admire is grievous to me. No one is perfect. We all made stupid mistakes. We all made stupid choices, especially when we were younger. But you're right. The fact that it's become, in some circles, respectable almost, is to me.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, isn't it?
No, it is weird that is a method of getting ahead. There's no question about that. When we jump back here, a top TV star says, all actors are crazy, are they? Our panel will provide some sanity, we hope. Plus, there's Maria, like maybe, how far would our fabulous person go for movie role? We ask you don't go too far away as Hollywood Uncensored rolls on here. Hey, welcome back. You have a question or comment for our panel, want to say hi, text my name, it's Sam, to 515151. Do not miss the host with the most, Bill Engvall, on the reincarnation of Lingo. It airs weeknights on the Game Show Network. And you guys are pals and have shared a stage together. Did Jeff Foxworthy say, hey, go do Lingo?
No. When they called me about doing this game show, my first thought was, oh, God, is my career over already? But then I started thinking, you look at Drew with Price is Right, and Jeff, and I called Jeff, I said, tell me about game. He goes, just be yourself. And he was exactly right, because my job is to let the contestants be the star of the show. I'm just a circus master, and I throw a joke or two in there. But the real funny stuff from this show is coming out from the contestants. And so that was what he was telling me. He just said, you know, just let them run, and you just kind of, when you have to pull the reins in, you pull the reins in. But, and by the way, I was on Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and I don't know what school these kids are going to.
I know, they're really smart. They're super smart. But you know, here's the thing.
I said, no way. I'm not going on.
When you guys did the blue collar tour, I thought that was a magnanimous thing. You shared the stage. How truly magnanimous are performers? Jim Carrey sharing the big screen with a bunch of penguins in the new Mr. Popper's Penguins. And Jim tells us he does not mind being upstaged.
If an animal is pure enough that they're just going to suck the focus, let them have it. They can have it, man. I've had enough of it in my life. I'm good.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes,
he's getting paid well.
I think he's proven himself to be brilliant in both drama and comedy. I love him. I think he's wonderful, and that shows a lot of class. And he's not filled with his own ego. That he can do a fun movie and let the penguins, as he says.
Well, he's also very smart because people love penguins.
And that was a movie with skunks.
Why is that?
You don't want
I don't know, because they're mean little birds.
I know. And they don't smell so good either.
W.C. Fields, who said, never work.
WC would never work with women or children.
No,
Children or animals.
Children are animals.
Right.
His
Women,
name is
children,
above the
animals.
title. Of course, he's going to be fine.
But do you think there are some people who are camera hogs?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I say
No,
that?
no.
I have no experience about this. I've never worked with.
I would just like to disagree with him.
I want to stay working in Hollywood. No, everyone I've worked with is extremely generous.
How do you come to know that? We had somebody here tell the tale of an actress, you know, and again, sometimes you have this clout or this leverage, and he said she walked in and she said, we're doing this, and I cut this part out, and the guy was saying, that was my part.
Well, I did a series once, and I learned this early on, that I would tank the lines during rehearsals because the star would be watching. And if I had a line that got a big laugh, and I learned this from experience, if I got a big laugh, that I would come in the next day, and all of a sudden it was his line.
You're so devious.
So during rehearsals, I would tank the line. I would make it just funny enough that they would have to keep it. But I wouldn't go all out on it until tape day because then they couldn't.
Your survival over
you
here.
go, very
Survival
smart.
in this industry.
That's very talented.
But
And what show was that? And who was it?
Now, Mary, to succeed, though, on So You Think You Can Dance, I would think you have to be pretty me-oriented.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to be self-confident for sure. You've got to have tons of personality, and you have to be an extraordinary dancer. And I have to say that dancers are, you know, they want the chemistry for it to be real. They understand that they have to pull that off for sure.
That's smarter than most actors, actually. Because it's the relationship that's important.
Aren't
And
the best
sometimes
actors the best listeners?
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, I was listening to you.
All the best laugh. Hey, coming up here, a famous TV star claims insanity. And how far will some actors go for a role? We'll find out as Hollywood Uncensored rolls on here. Welcome back to Hollywood Uncensored. Always lovable. Kim Coles, hello.
Hello.
The new movie is called X-Free. It is out this summer. You cannot miss that. As for our little show, it is clear the host here has some issues. Wait, that would be me. But now, according to TV star Scott Bakula, everyone on this panel is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs love. You seem as nice and normal as anybody. But we're having this conversation.
Actor.
People are saying actors are truly crazy. Do you think they're all crazy?
To be in this business, you have to be a little crazy. You know,
but like a little crazy or a lot crazy?
No, I think it's varying degrees. I mean, you know, you were talking about Paris Hilton earlier, and we'll leave it at that. But
right. Marie, are you slightly offended? Do you agree with Scott that all actors have taken a quantum leap right into Nutsville?
I'm not offended. I think there is truth to the fact that there's a little bit of good nuts, and then there's really serious nuts where you need help and you can't function in this business. The good nuts is the unrealistic dreamer, right? When you hear the statistics of what percentage of SAG actually works 2%, the crazy person goes, and I'm that 2%. I'm going to be in that 2%. The sane person's like, hell no, I'm not going to put myself through that. So, but you have to be a little unrealistic.
I agree. I mean, what other business would you go into that literally, and we've all been there, is you walk into a room, like I remember when we were casting for my show, and I was just so blown away by this. This girl came in, we're casting the daughter, and Jennifer hadn't come in yet. Right. And this girl came in and just was wonderful, just amazing actress. And she walked out of the room, and somebody said, were her ears weird? Did that bother anybody? Her ears sticking out a little bit? So this is the only business in the world where you literally, it's like you walk in. I've had people look at me straight in the head and go, you're not good looking enough. Or, you know, you're too fat.
They're so wrong, Bill.
Thanks.
So wrong.
But why else would you put yourself into that situation?
But you make reference to Jennifer, and Bill, of course, is referring to his co-star on the Bill Engvall show, Jennifer Lawrence, who has gone on to Oscar nomination and much, much more. But when you were working with her as playing your daughter on the show, did you think, wow, she's going to go? You know, do you ever know?
Well, I knew that there was something special about her, just because she was just so natural at it. And of course, then when you walk by our dressing room and you see 30 scripts piled up with no say, please read if you'd like, let us know. You know, like,
wow,
you know.
awesome.
When you guys started Wizards, did you think, okay, this Selena might work out for her?
Yeah.
Did you know right away?
Well, I knew that she was incredibly naturally. It's almost like there are some people where I see that acting is almost an instinct, and I see it in Julia Roberts, and I see it in Selena. I see that it's almost like something in her upbringing. I don't know if it's a way of coping, a coping mechanism, but like the way I used comedy in my upbringing, if I want to psychoanalyze me. But I think that there's somebody, she's just very natural, just very, very effortless. And yeah, I totally see a huge future for Selena. I mean,
this is a phrase I always like. Talent tells. Do you think that's true?
I think there's a little bit of luck in there too. There's so many talented people, so many brilliant actors.
There's a lot of luck in it. Yeah,
there's a lot of luck. Being in the right place, making sure that you get yourself out there. People that are talented that just kind of sit at home, you know, and keep taking the classes and everything and think it's going to happen. It's, you know, there's a lot of determination.
So what brought you guys what brought you guys all good luck?
I think in the end, talent always rises to the top. That no matter what happens, no matter who's out there and they've got their shot, in the end, you got to be able to bring it.
But I also think you're talking about
anybody out there that's not talented that all of a sudden they're at the top and you're wondering, well, how did they get there?
well, it's not fair.
What the heck was that?
Going back to the insanity of it all, it's not fair. It's an unfair business.
Right.
It's crazy. It's unpredictable. It's cruel. It's harsh. It's wonderful. It's exciting.
And that's what makes it crazy.
And it's, right?
And I think the difference between, like you're saying, the talented people that just sit at home, there has to be a bit of you that's a bit of a thrill seeker that says, I'm going to go and I'm going to stand in a stark, naked room with just one camera on me, and I'm going to show you what I can do. You know, like, you know, look at American Idol. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people go to a hotel ballroom and sing, you know, some song with this dream. And I think that's part of it. I think you have to have this dream that I'm going to, you know, I always like.
I'm that one. I'll be in that 1%.
But I do that. I have just a minute here.
I had an acting teacher who would say, why do you all pretend, meaning actors, to be normal all the time? You go out of your way and say, my character wouldn't do that. And you try to be normal. Admit you're bonkers and be done with it. You wouldn't get the job. You wouldn't be actors if you weren't bonkers. So stop trying so hard to be normal all the time.
That's why we have the greatest parties.
There we go. Well, we'll try to score an invitation when we return. Plus predictions with our patented crystal ball. We predict you'll want to stick around here. We'll be right back. Hey, we welcome you back to Hollywood Uncensored. Sam Rubin here, Maria Canals-Barrera, Supermom on The Wizards of Waverly Place. Plus, starring alongside, not bad, Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts' new comedy feature film, Larry Crown, is in theaters on July the 1st. Now, despite my cameo in Nightmare on Elm Street, or the little part I played on Baywatch Nights, I am a terrible actor. I'm aware of certain protocol, though, in the acting world. Sometimes you have to go all out for a role. Kim, what's the craziest thing you've ever done to get a role?
Nobody's ever asked me to do anything fancy, schmancy. I want somebody to ask me to do something a little naughty.
So because we have a bathtub of peanut butter outside.
I'm in.
All right, very good.
I'll tell you what I won't do.
Okay.
Snakes, spiders, cockroaches, and I won't. If I had to get naked and sleep with Fat Bastard, that'd be that's all.
Well, there you are.
And by the way, he's not bad. But I think, you know, you study roles. I mean, if you're gonna, you kind of look. What was it like? Who was for Down and Out in Beverly Hills? He went and lived as a homeless person for a year.
What about Jim? What's his name? Caviezel?
Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, played Jesus Christ.
Right.
I mean, ooh, what a role he had to take on, and how that affected him afterwards.
Halle Berry did
amazing.
It is wine.
brush her teeth when she played the crack addict in Jungle Fever.
Jungle
So
Fever,
people
right.
get ready.
He was amazing in that. Amazing.
In The Last Temptation of Christ?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's a terrific actor.
Oh,
but
phenomenal.
he said there was really, it took months to come down from that.
Yeah.
Of course,
Because
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
It's
would.
the Jesus complex.
He had to speak Aramaic and Hebrew, right?
And work with Mel Gibson. Come on.
Very hard to order in Aramaic.
Yes.
Right.
Not a lot of drive-throughs.
Right. You know, the idea people often suggest is, gosh, if the role is interesting enough, I'll live in the Antarctic with penguins if I want to work with penguins.
Well, again, in context, is it really necessary? Will it make it better?
Right. I would, you know, if I had a role, if there was a role for, like, let's say a ball player or a cop or something, I think I would, you know, you'd want to go so you have everything right. You have the, you know, what their demeanor is and how they, you know, like I just did a thing or I played an internal affairs cop, and I went and I watched these guys. And it's interesting because the way internal affairs is portrayed on TV is not at all what they're like in real life. They're just regular guys, and, you know, we're just doing our job. They're not always the jerk going, I know you're a bad cop, and I'm going to bring you, know. So, but if I've had a role that was really, really wanted, and I knew that I was up for it, there probably wouldn't be much I wouldn't do.
Certainly sword fighting.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you don't really get, you know how some people say, oh, yeah, I really got beaten up when I did that scene. I don't know if you guys have ever tried. Have you ever tried, like, when you've done a scene?
I've never done that.
Like in college, hit me for real. Hit me for real. I can take it. Really? Are you sure? You know, we studied stage combat, and, you know, we can do it the way we're supposed to. No. I want it to be real.
I want to feel the pain.
Hit me for real. And then you're in the scene, and you know it's coming, so you start going like this. You start tensing up because you're going to get hit for real, and it ruins the scene.
Forget about your neighborhood psychic. The crystal ball predictions are moments away. We're back in just a second.